Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Amy Huffner.
And I'm Melody Brooke.
A special ensemble took over SUU on November 22nd. Our reporter Chris Cha has the scoop.
At 5 p.m., the Dorley Vertical Hall was filled with melodies that delighted the ears of SU students. Under the direction of Dr. Lihia Valduga, the students performed Latin American songs. Let's take a moment to appreciate them.
The purpose of the concert is for people to enjoy, to appreciate more the Latin American music, and for us to be able to share our culture with them.
On this day, the student performed Sevo con Algo Mio, Latin Medley, La Flor de la Canela, Amo Llanera, and other Latin medley.
I mean, pumped up, to be honest. Like, it's a lot of work, but once you get up there and start playing, like, you have fun, and then afterwards, you're, like, still filled with adrenaline, but you start to decompress, and it kind of hits you. It's like all the work you put in throughout the whole semester was put into that, and it's just fun. I mean, it's doing what you love out there on stage for people's sake, so.
I hope Dr. Lihia succeeded in her goal of promoting Latin American music and culture. For SUTV News, I'm Chris Cha.
A thrift store is closing in Parowan. Our reporter Brooklyn Beard has the details.
Parowan's Rusty Bucket Thrift and Antique Store is officially closing its doors. Located at 82 North Main Street, the Rusty Bucket has brought rummage sales and treasured finds to the residents of Parowan and surrounding cities with its various vendors. While there's no set close date, the store is selling their goods as fast as possible, replenishing and selling again. Prices are now being foregone, and shoppers are free to make offers on items they wish to purchase to move the sale along. Owner Joanne Jensen shared with us what the most rewarding part of owning the Rusty Bucket has been for her.
The things that we unpack from boxes, and the vintage part of it, the antique part of it, but more than that would be the people that we get to see every day.
From clothes to physical media to bikes to neon signs to antique coffee machines, they've got it all.
Thrifting is important because, for one thing, it keeps things out of the landfill, and for the fun of it. It's just a fun adventure. There's nothing more better than to go through a rummage and thrift area and find that piece that you didn't know you needed but you love.
The Rusty Bucket is open Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. each week, or by appointment until further notice. You can contact them on their Facebook page at The Rusty Bucket. Jensen sends this message to her customers over the years.
Just say thank you. I'm humbled by their love and support, and want to just truly let them know how much we appreciate them and what good friends they have become.
For SUTV News, I'm Brooklyn Beard.
A special studio recital took over SUU on December 2nd. Our reporter Chris Cha was on the scene with more on the story.
At 7:30 p.m., the Dorley Vertical Hall was filled with beautiful melodies called Trumpet and Horn Studio Recital that delighted the ears of SU students. Under the direction of Mr. David Lins and Mr. David Torres, students performed a variety of music genres using the trumpet. Here's an explanation from Dr. David Torres.
Right, so tonight we did a trumpet concert where we started from some of earlier trumpet works from back in the 15 and 1600s all the way to modern trumpet works with a little bit of jazz intermission in the middle there with a jazz combo. And then we had a couple of trumpet ensembles to show what all the instruments of the trumpet family can do together. So we had our two trumpet ensembles play at the very end. But basically wants to take folks on a journey through trumpet literature and what's possible on the instrument.
As if to repay their professors' generosity, the students performed a diverse range of genres, including jazz that defied the expectation of their students. The professors also supported the students' performances with a variety of instruments.
Oh yeah, I feel like it was a great recital all together. Musicians are It's hard. We're hard on ourselves when we make mistakes, but I think I'm proud of my performance. A whole semester's worth of preparation went into it, so glad I got to be able to play today, and feels good to be over with it.
It was a fitting end of the fall semester performance, and I hope the students will use this stage as a springboard to create their own futures. For SUTV News, I'm Chris Cha.
You know, it's unfortunate that that thrift store is closing. I come from a family who loves to thrift, so it's always sad when the cute little mom and pop ones close down.
Absolutely. And the amount of really incredible finds I was able to find at the Cedar City DI is honestly unlike any other place I've been in the West Coast.
Yeah, honestly, Southern Utah hasn't made with the thrift stores available here, and even a franchise location like DI, which, you know, you can find all over.
Absolutely.
It's really good down here. I don't know if it's just the college student or what, the flow, excellent.
So thank you to all the people who donate their things to the thrift stores. We're going to take a quick break.
After this weather.
Big or small, life is a collection of defining moments. And at Southern Utah University, these moments happen all the time. This is where you find your people, where new friends become like family, where you face challenges with confidence, knowing you have a supportive community cheering you on. These moments are more than just memories. They define who you are and who you will become. This is where you soar. See your future at suu.edu.
Welcome to SU TV Weather. I'm your host, Brooklyn Beard. Let's jump right into the forecast, shall we, folks? As you can see, we've got a pretty sunny week coming ahead. Today we've got our high of 39 and a low of 23, and then tomorrow we'll jump up about 10 degrees, going with a high of 47 but a low of 32. And the trend will continue. We'll bump up about 5 more degrees on Saturday, going into the weekend with a high of 52 and a low of 28. And as we go over into the rest of the weekend and continuing into next week, we'll be getting up into the 50s, even the high 50s on Tuesday and Wednesday. As you can see there, 56 and 59 for our high, and then low mid-30s. And if we look at the forecast, we can see there's not a whole lot of precipitation going on. We've just got a little spot right here near us, but nothing to be too worried about. And for our weekend weather report, Saturday it's going to be 52 degrees by day, 30 degrees by night. And Sunday we'll have 54 degrees by day and 32 degrees by night. And now I would like to give a very special shout out to somebody who this next segment would not even exist without. I give you communications superstar John Smith. Today, we honor him and everything that he has done for us and for the show. Again, it's Raining Men, and SUTV would not exist without him. We also have a slew of local events going on this week. As you can see, the APA is holding their annual holiday market that starts Saturday, December 6th, and goes from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then A Charlie Brown Christmas is debuting tonight with their first performance at 6 p.m. and a second at 8 p.m. We also have 2 holiday shows coming up. Santa Claus is Coming to Town and The Star Still Shines. Those will be playing on weekends, December 5th through December 22nd. And Christmas with Santa is happening at the Colab Station Friday, December 5th at 6:30 p.m. Additionally, there is a holiday concert in the which all of SU's ensembles will be performing. That's December 5th, this Friday at 7:30 p.m. And we will be having a visit from Krampus, storytime and photos at the Bookdom Apothecary this Friday at 6 p.m. Today is National Dice Day, so to all of you Dungeons and Dragons fans out there, I have a feeling this is going to be the day that you go into debt, and I'm sorry for that. I wish you luck. Finally, we give a happy birthday to Heinrich Maibaum, I would not want to dishonor him on his birthday, who was a German historian and poet. He was born in 1555 and died in 1625, so we wish him a happy heavenly birthday today. Once again, my name is Brooklyn Beard. This has been SUTV Weather. Any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, please contact me at arts@sunews.net. I'm so excited for National Dice Day. I think I'm going to spend it probably playing games like Game of Life or Monopoly with my family.
You know, that's really fun. My family really loved dice for a little while because we got really into liar's dice or pirate's dice. I don't know if you call it something different.
Cheating dice.
Cheating dice, you know, all sorts of different things. But we used to have a slew of dice, and my mom had to get mad at my dad and be like, stop purchasing dice for this game because we have too much. But maybe today's the day to do it.
I remember we grew up and we had Tenzi, which was just a game that included like 50 dice, and everybody got 10 of them, and you know, you'd roll them out, and I don't really remember how it works, but we also had a lot of dice in my house growing up.
Personalized dice for Yahtzee. You could have your own. You didn't even have to pass them around. It's great.
It's true.
It's a good deal.
However you want to roll the dice, do it this holiday season. We're going to take a small break.
Sports is up next.
Someone had fun today. Hey, sweetheart, everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. How's our little guy?
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Looks like I'm stuck working late tonight. Probably won't be home until closer to 8.
Oh, that's okay. I've got a laundry list of emails to send out.
I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Yeah, he did great. We had so much fun today.
If I die before I wake.
Try over and
In local sports news, the men's basketball team has finally begun reversing their losing streak. Their game against Stetson University on Saturday ended in a 2-point win for the T-Birds. They carried that momentum into their game against West Coast Baptist on Monday, ending the game with more than double the Eagles' total points. Women's basketball had a fantastic midseason as well. Their game against Nelson University resulted in a 111-point win for the T-Birds, with Nelson only scoring 41 points. They then faced off against New Mexico State earlier today, coming out ahead in a nice round 69 points. The men's team heads up to Oregon State on Saturday to see if they can continue their win streak. In national sports news, the NFL has announced its 60th Super Bowl pregame will be headlined by Charlie Puth, Brandi Carlile, and Coco Jones. The Super Bowl will take place on Sunday, February 8th. With preparations underway for the 2026 Winter Olympics, an international sports court has ruled that Russian skiers and snowboarders may apply for qualification events. After Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, the Russian athletes were banned from participation in the Olympics. On Tuesday, the Court of Arbitration for the sport overturned the ban. Their ruling states that Russians may apply as neutral athletes. However, this ruling comes with very little time for applications to be approved ahead of the January 18th deadline.
Now moving to international motorsports news, the 2025 Formula One season heads into its dramatic finale. Fans around the world have witnessed one of the most competitive years in recent memory, and the re-emergence of McLaren as a dominant powerhouse, having won the Constructors' Championship for a second year in a row back in early October. This season has been defined by speed, consistency, and a tight three-way battle for the Drivers' Championship between McLaren's F1 racing drivers, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and the four-time reigning champion Max Verstappen of Red Bull Racing. They head into the final race of the season at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix this weekend. Despite this season coming to an end, Formula One is setting the stage for what promises to be a game-changing 2026 season with the addition of a new 11th team, Cadillac F1 Racing, and new regulations to its cars, ushering in a new era of Formula One and a big reset for teams and drivers alike.
In more local sports news, Cedar High School is ramping up their boys volleyball season. Our reporter Jake Palmer took to the court for the story.
Volleyball is predominantly known as a women's sport, with barely any high schools across the country having a team available for their male counterparts. Cedar High School changed that. In 2024, the Reds adopted boys volleyball as an official team for the first time ever. As you can expect, most of the boys never picked up a ball before, and even left other sports to play. One of those players, varsity setter Kai Hunter, shares his experience.
I was super unathletic. I played football for a second, and it wasn't for me. And my best friend Henry said, "Hey, my grandma is on the school board, and they said they got a boys volleyball team." And I was like, "Okay, let's go try out." And I wasn't the most athletic still, but we did a lot of conditioning and stuff that got me in shape for volleyball. I started JV my first year. My second year, I started varsity this year.
Now, 2 years in, some of the younger players are now the veterans who are leading the next generation of players. Development is a big key piece, and one of the coaches, Paul Snow, is at the head of that.
So we're looking for improvement every day. We're looking for little victories we can have. Like, they got enough things that are down every day, so we try to focus on the more positive things. What are you doing right? What can you do to improve what you're doing right?
This focus on development has bred a sense of unity among the players, turning it into a snowball effect.
It's also not a very toxic environment. We're all really nice. Like, it's like really welcoming. Like when I first tried out and stuff, all the other boys were hyping the boys up. Like it wasn't like they suck, you know, like nobody was calling each other out because we're all new. That's the nice thing about doing a new sport.
The Reds have 2 seasons under their belt, followed by 2 playoff appearances as well. The Reds made it to the first round of the state playoffs in both seasons and look forward to expanding upon that in the future. As for this season, they've started open gyms during the basketball seasons, with players and coaches vying for any gym time they can get and inviting brand new players who have never experienced the sport before to join the team. For SUTV News, I'm Jake Palmer.
Also in SUU sports, our reporter Emily Walters was on the scene to tell us more about SUU's baseball club.
Although baseball is no longer a varsity sport here at SUU, a few dedicated players maintain a thriving baseball club here instead. They practice for over 2 hours a day, 3 days a week, using high school baseball fields in the Cedar City area and a local indoor training facility. As a Division II club in the NCBA, they compete against university clubs from other states and participate in playoffs, a postseason, and nationals.
I mean, I love it. Baseball practice is what I look forward to every week. Just going out, just working on stuff I can improve on, fielding, batting, whatever it may be, but also just going out and just having sort of like a brotherhood out there, just making new friends, just having a good time, forgetting about all the stresses of college.
The club was founded 5 years ago when SUU joined Title IX for football, which meant that there was no longer enough room to have baseball as a varsity sport.
We've kind of gotten the name out there for the club now, and every year we've gotten more and more recruits to join, and it feels like people from all over Utah are starting to actually find out about the club and come to SUU with the intention of joining the club, which has been really cool to see.
For SUTV News, I'm Emily Walters.
Speaking of sports, Southern Utah University students with a passion for speed and travel got a unique chance to turn their hobby into a job. On Pace Pit Service hosted a recruitment event at the Dixie Levitt Business Building, inviting motorsport enthusiasts to join their crew. Unlike traditional pit teams, the company offers pit guides for hire, giving students the opportunity to work with different racing teams across multiple motorsport disciplines, both in the U.S. and abroad. Available positions include pit mechanics, operations support, and social media crew roles for photographers, videographers, and content creators. The company says the jobs offer travel, lodging, and real experience in professional racing environments.
Expectations are pretty high for this one, because especially since he's involved with it his whole life. So, I think this is going to be a great ride. There's a lot of mechanics and off-road involved people already here, so I think it'll be great.
All this talk about sports reminds me of some of my days in high school playing volleyball, and there was a game I played at one of the schools where I got smacked directly in the back of the head with the volleyball as my teammate was serving. But I do think that it's a valuable learning experience, that you should always try sports even if you don't think that you're going to be great at them.
Yeah, I used to play basketball a little bit of church ball. It was awesome. We always went to our little regional teams. We were champions every year.
Could you dunk?
Oh no, absolutely not. There's no way. But I did learn a good layup. And I was pretty good at dribbling, so
absolutely,
I'll take it.
And what do you say to the short girls out there who want to play basketball?
Oh, play, have a good time. It's all about just having fun, I think.
And
just any sport.
Honestly, whether you get hit in the back of the head or you try your chance at slam dunking, I think everybody should play a good sport. We're going to take a quick break.
After this, more on a Cedar City local artist.
Cedar City is home to many artists and craftsmen, particularly at the farmers market. But who are the people behind these creative works? Reporter Amy Huffner investigated one vendor's story.
Resin artwork, something which many might consider a hobby, has turned into a beloved vocation for Corelli Takai, owner of Epoxy Moonchild. Initially, the craft was a foot in the door for Corelli to have a place to publicize her poetry book, as fiery as the sun, as moody as the moon. But she soon found a second passion in creating UV resin artwork and jewelry, finding her niche with each piece she creates. While not an easy or straightforward journey, she has developed her skills, taking suggestions and inspiration from the customers she has interacted with, sharing her passion with them through her art.
It's me putting the flowers, it's me doing the frame, and so when people buy it, it's almost like they're loving a little piece of my mind and my heart, and they occurrently pensa.
Corelli has worked with resin for the past 5 years, beginning with epoxy resin before moving over to UV resin. After preserving her own wedding bouquet, she decided to create various art pieces, all made with UV resin and real dried flowers. With jewelry being her top-selling creation, including rings, necklaces, earrings, and bracelets, which she brings to the farmers market every week. She takes pride in her flowers, which she collects, presses, and dries herself, with most of the flowers being local to the southern Utah area. She has made this a family endeavor, with her husband and son supporting her efforts and creativity every step of the way.
Seeing her from what she started, seeing all of the cries because she would mess up a bowl, like, I don't want to waste anymore, to the now it's like, wow, you just did this 30 pendants, in like half an hour. How is this possible? This is crazy. And all of that has been her.
Corelli hopes that by sharing her art and poetry that people feel less alone and find connection through their interactions with her. She can be found at the Cedar City Farmers Market most Saturdays, as well as online on YouTube and at epoxymoonchild.myshopify.com. For SUTV News, I'm Amy Huffner. Back in October, a pioneer skills gathering arose just outside of the small central town of Central Utah. Our reporter Emily Walters was on the scene.
The annual ancestral skills gathering, known as Little School on the Prairie, was held near St. George during the week of October 13th. Although a heavy, unexpected flash flood the previous weekend had destroyed the camp's location and equipment, this hardy group of pioneers worked hard together to rebuild so the gathering could have a successful fourth year. Little School on the Prairie is a family-oriented event where participants of all ages from all walks of life camp outdoors together for a week of old-fashioned living. The event is based on the traditional American pioneer lifestyle portrayed in the Little House book series by Laura Ingalls Wilder, which describes her family's adventures on the frontier in the late 1800s. Attendees dress in period costumes and spend the week studying with skilled instructors to learn crafts their ancestors would have used, from shoeing horses and butchering chickens to knitting, crochet, and quilting.
Now, our ancestry did similar things. The Romans, for example, they made shot for their slings.
I love the way that the history of what he's trying to create, having to dress up in the pioneer time period, eat the way the pioneer time period did, live the way that they did, makes you kind of appreciate what we do have a whole lot more. And it makes you put away your phone and just enjoy each other and what's out there.
The leaders of Little School on the Prairie have worked hard to focus the gathering on family life, simple, old-fashioned living, and building a stronger community together. Participants avoid digital technology and enjoy spending quality time with friends and family instead. These people take pride in using kerosene lanterns instead of flashlights for the week, cooking Dutch oven meals and hot fudge from scratch, and square dancing to fiddle music long after dark every night.
children play here almost moves me to tears. It's like something you would see representative of the 50s or something, and it's really sad that it's so novel, you know, because it's what children do when they have the opportunity to, when they're not distracted by screens. And when they get a lot of free play in natural space, they know how to be kids, they know how to do childhood. So for me, one of the most special things is just watching childhood happen, because unfortunately, that is a rare sight.
Little School on the Prairie is part of a much larger network of primitive and ancestral skills gatherings that take place all over the American West, such as Rabbit Stick, Winter Count, and Fire to Fire. Whether people have been attending these camps for their whole lives or are newcomers, they all share something in common: a search for a simpler life and new skill sets that will build their self-confidence.
If you're happy doing what you do, others sense it. Yeah. And I think that's everybody senses that, no matter what your age is. For SUTV News, I'm Emily Walters.
The Ceramics Club at SUU recently held their yearly holiday market. Our reporter Brooklyn Beard takes a closer look.
Each year, SUU Ceramics Guild holds their Cups of Cocoa event. It's a chance for ceramics students to show off their skills and earn money to help them in their future endeavors. EJ Hayes is the Ceramics Guild president and was in charge of organizing the sale this year.
This event is all student work, so all of the proceeds for the event go either back to the student, like the direct money goes directly to the student to help them with whatever funding they need, and then a portion of it goes back to the guild and helps us fund more events, and then also we have a big trip that we go every year in March.
Each purchase supports local art and scores you a free hot chocolate. From mugs to vases to sculptures to Christmas ornaments, SUU students have crafted all kinds of treasures to take home.
Being able to see my art and work that I've worked on in somebody's house and serving a purpose, drinking their daily coffee and a routine thing out of a piece of art that I made is very satisfying.
Shop slow this year and stop by the Student Center living room to pick up holiday gifts for loved ones or to just peruse and appreciate the talent we have here at SUU. For SUU TV, I'm Brooklyn Beard.
At SUU's chess club, students find an opportunity to hone their skills and learn new strategies while making friends and chatting about a game they love. The club was founded in 2016 by biology professor Samuel Wells, who loves the game of chess. Currently, students meet every Thursday from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock on the second floor of SUU's Gerald R. Sherritt Library to play against one another. They participate in tournaments twice per semester, including the annual intercollegiate tournament every spring, where they also compete against chess players from other universities.
It's a very low-stress club. You know, it doesn't really, ask too much. So it's just something that people can just have fun with very little commitment, which a lot of people like here. And it's also just a good activity to just, reach out and, just meet new people. So.
The Sherritt Library is also currently holding their annual book sale, now through December 11th. The university holds a sale anytime they receive material or have books, movies, or magazines that simply become unpopular. Students can stop by to select and purchase several items.
Reading is the basis of virtually everything else we do in a literate society. So if one wants to run computers, one has to be literate. If one wants to deal with business, one has to be literate. If one wants to engage in virtually anything other than theft, one has to be literate, and most of those who deal with theft are literate as well.
Well, folks, it's been real. It's been a pleasure having you all, and my name was Melody Brooke.
And mine was Amy Huffner.
And we miss you so much already, but it's time for us to say goodbye.
It is. It's the end of the semester, which means that we're heading into our winter break. And my final semester, it's great.
Amy's heading out. Thank you so much, Amy. We really appreciate you here at SUTV News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Melody Brooke.
And I'm Amy Huffner. Today we leave you with footage from the Lights Festival.
Happy holidays. Take care.